Since sexual harassment against women is becoming rampant, especially in workplaces, general public has been cautioned against the act. This message has been emphasized during a walk in Arua City organized by CIHA Network in partnership with other concerned citizens and organizations such as the police, Uganda Law Society, women market vendors, SEFTRA, FIDA, among others, who are all advocating to end sexual harassment on women, especially in workplaces. Therefore, different stakeholders have expressed their concerns about this real vice.
It's a joint collective advocacy against sexual harassment, developing policies. So literally today we came and we decided to march on the streets with placards to condemn the act of sexual harassment at the workplace. Because when you look at the workplaces, we have the informal and formal workplaces that have issues of sexual harassment going on, and yet we have policies. For example, in Uganda we have the Employment Act, we have Convention 190, we call it C190, ILO Convention, a law or a policy that seeks to protect women or employers and employees from sexual violence or any kind of violence related at the workplace.
Sexual harassment comes in different forms, and how it affects one or the other person depends on how the person, either the person, how this person addresses herself at the workplace. Especially, I could attribute this to the way of dressing and your contact, maybe your moral behavior. Some of these things may just come as a result of your ways of acting in public or else in the workplace. If you're this kind of person who is just freely, like you make yourself accessible to anyone, it becomes a challenge that people take advantage of you and touch you.
Gender-based violence is a broad term. It encompasses so many things. When we talk of sexual gender-based violence, we're talking of domestic violence, we're talking of rape, we're talking of defilement, we're talking of sexual harassment, we're talking of indecent assault and other things. It all encompasses what we call sexual gender-based violence. What causes this vice are only three. One, misuse of your power. I'm the manager, I misuse my authority to seduce you to do what I want you to do for me. That's one. Two, bad cultural practices. For example, forced marriages and early marriages. These lead to sexual gender-based violence. Then the last one is gender inequality itself. I want to thank CIHA, Strategic Initiatives for the Women in the Horn of Africa, for having enlightened the women, especially the market vendors, we call them our partners, for being aware that this vice is happening in the communities and therefore they must begin reporting these issues.
So it is real, but the most important thing is what does religion say about this. This is an immoral act. It is part of the indisciplines of humanity against their fellow colleagues. It is very disrespectful in our society. And from the Muslim perspective, the Quran gives us an account when sexual immorality was a cause of the destruction of a community. At Gomorrah and Sodoma, the people of Prophet Lot were destroyed because of this.
CIHA Network is a Pan-African women-led network unlocking the potential of the women's movement in the Horn of Africa through research, advocacy, and capacity building. Oraku Benson Pastore, compiling the story for West Nile Television Nilecast.